Hello everyone, today we are going to be making something awesome with Flutter, and that awesome thing is going to be a custom app bar. So you may probably know that Flutter gives a material app bar out of the box, which is the default app bar for the material design. But sometimes it may just so happen that you need something more custom, something more of your own taste. So today we are going to be solving exactly that, and we are also going to be looking at how easy it is to create a custom implementation of your app bar inside Flutter. So without a further ado, let's get started. So we will start off by importing the material.dart library. Then we will create a stateless widget. We are going to be calling it gradient app bar because it has a gradient. On top of it, we'll implement the preferred size widget. Preferred size widget is basically a way for your widget to communicate to its parents about its size preferences. So basically, it's your widget telling its parent that, hey, if you got space, then I would like to be this big. And once you implement the preferred size widget, it will ask you to override a method which is getPreferredSize, and so we'll do that. And for this preferred size, we are going to create a constant so that it's easier to modify it later and we can refer to it in the multiple places. And for the preferred size, we'll just return size.fromHeight and we'll just pass in the preferred height. Next step, we are going to create some parameters that we'll use for the visuals of the app bar. So first one is the title, which is just a string, and the second two are the color. So first one is the gradient begin and the gradient end, so they are pretty self-explanatory. And then we are going to create a constructor for these parameters, and we don't want the preferred height in the constructor, so we're just going to leave it out. Then we start off by giving the height to the container, which is going to be the preferred height. And then we'll align everything to the center in the container, so its children will be centered inside the container. Then we are going to give a padding of 20 on the top of this container. That's basically for accounting for the status bar height. So status bar has the height of 20, so our text is going to be evenly centered inside the container. Then we are going to give it a decoration, box decoration, which has this gradient argument, and for it we are going to use the linear gradient, and the linear gradient has an argument called colors, which is basically a list of colors. It will convert those colors into a beautiful gradient, so let's give it that. And in this list we are going to pass in the gradient begin and gradient end. Next step, we are going to give the child, which is going to be the title, so we are going to be using a text widget for that, and we are going to give it a text style so that it fits better with the gradient in the background. So for the text style, we are first going to give it a color, which is going to be the plain white, and then we are going to give it a letter spacing, which is basically the space between letter, and we are going to give it 10, and the font size would be 30. And then we are going to give it font weight, which is going to be the 700, so the font looks thicker. And then by adding the curly braces, we make everything into named parameters. And then we are going to add some assertions to make sure we don't get any null values. And then we can use the app bar in the app bar argument in the scaffold, and we'll just pass in our parameters. For the gradients, I've already picked up the colors, but you can use anything you want. And with one hot reload, you can see that we created a crispy looking gradient app bar in less than 5 minutes. I ended up changing the height of the app bar to 90, but you can keep it whatever you want. It's up to you. And here are some different color combinations that you can also give it a try. So that will be all for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, and I have a video coming soon on animated app bars, so if you don't want to miss out on that one, make sure to hit that subscribe button. So I'll catch you in the next video. Till then, keep coding and keep creating.